Hey guys, people are going crazy on the idea of Stranger Things coming back for another episode. I don't believe it, to be honest. The idea is a very crackpot esque, where they're just looking into stuff too much. It's not too difficult. Like, don't get me wrong, the idea is really cool. The ideas that the fans have and like the theories they have are interesting, but I feel like there's all so small. There's not like one big one that's like, oh, that screams it's it. One of the like smaller ones is that everyone's got their hands by their like at the same location when they're at the graduation, which is just what everyone does always. Like that, you do that at church, you do that at a funeral. Like it's just how you most people put their hands. So I think that theory is pretty much out there. The lies or X lies at the end is pretty much like I don't know. It's so minute, so tiny that I couldn't imagine that this big corporation and Netflix like deciding to do this because there's no benefit to them. I don't see a single benefit where they're like a sneak episode. It's like they do the big announcement, people show up to like the theaters for it. There was the whole cast there to go see it. It wouldn't make any sense to do a final episode again and then what, not do any of that stuff. So I don't imagine that it's gonna happen. They have nothing planned for tomorrow. They're not responding. Everyone's saying no. Um, and I know the idea that we're all in Mike's mind is pretty like the episode was pretty off. So I think a lot of people want to hear that they're going to come back and answer some questions. And my theory would be though, if they were even going to do that, like I like the theory that it's Mike writing the book. I don't like that as an ending. Like if I watched that, I'd probably be pretty pissed off. No different than if this was all just Dungeons and Dragons. I feel like those are really, really annoying endings. But yeah, there's the XLI right there. But as I was saying, it would be. I think it'd be like infuriating. I think I'd be furious to the show, and it would have ruined it for me if it was something like that. So, as plot hold as the final season is, I think it's actually the best we're gonna get. And if they come back with another episode, which I don't think they're going to, what are they going to do? Another 2 hour episode? And then we're going to start from some middle point before any of this happened and the rescuing of Mike? Like, it doesn't line up to me at all. And I think people are just really either upset with how the episode ended or just really wish that there was so much more to the story after, the plot holes and the running around and the switch foot of like so many seasons for it to be so linear like that. I think they said someday coming up. I think it wasn't the 5th. It was like the 10th or the 7th or something like that. Netflix was going to do something, and they started off with the Stranger Things. But if anyone noticed that trailer, it was also in the UK, which is where the next like show is going to be. So if anything, I could imagine maybe that we're going to get a trailer of that, and that they're actually further ahead than we'd all assume. Um, or that we'll get maybe the first episode dropped of the animation. Thinking at it, 5 years of working on this one show, you could have had so many other productions working on other things that it would make sense that the animation would be ready to go on the side while animators were doing that and the show was being made, and that the British show could have been really filming as a separate because they're not getting. I don't think they're getting the brothers back. I could be wrong about that, but they could have also just had another director out there doing it. Like, there's nothing really stopping them. They know this is their goat, and they're not going to kill it anytime soon. In fact, they're probably going to milk it absolutely dry to the point that no one even wants to watch these shows anymore. But we're at a spot where I personally still want to see some, but I know there's going to be a point where they Star Wars this for sure. Anyways, that's me just talking about how I don't believe there's going to be another episode on the 7th, and I think the announcement is going to be more about the future of Stranger Things and the future of Netflix and other things that it's doing, and they're just tying like the obvious shock of the show ending in with the new ones coming to be a promotion. And that's pretty much it for me. Like, tell me if I'm right. Tell me if I'm wrong. Like, do I have to eat my left shoe tomorrow because it comes out at 8 o'clock tomorrow night? Just gonna have to wait and see. But I'd love to hear what you think, and you tell me if I'm wrong, or tell me what series you think, or